My butt. What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm gonna go through what it takes, but also what it costs to take a free playset that I found on Facebook Marketplace and bring it back to pretty much new. Because if there's anything that I've learned about a free playset, it's anything but free. Let's get into it. Time and tide wait for no man, and neither does a free playset. If you find one that you like, you need to be able to move that day, because most likely, by the time you reach out to the person, it's already gone. My biggest piece of advice with this, don't try to take it apart. Move it in one piece. It's going to make your life easier. This playset certainly has some wear on it. Both the right tools, a little bit of ambition, and a few accidents will get it there. Well, we've got this thing pressure washed, sanded, and it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how clean it is. I could probably sand this thing more, but I'd be sanding for the rest of my life. So I'm just gonna call it kind of good enough. So the next thing that I want to solve on this is this part right here and these guys right here. The tower is not particularly tall on this playset. I don't intend to be up here that much, but when I do come up here, I'd rather not clock my head on this every single time. And if we're gonna have any sort of roof on this, you know, you're gonna be 3 feet tall before you're hitting the edge here. So I wanna future-proof this for when the boys get a little taller and give me a little bit more headroom so that I don't concuss myself every time I come up here. The last thing you wanna do climbing into a playset is smash your head and teach your children all the words they shouldn't know. Oh yeah. So now that we're all framed up here, it's time to start thinking about rafters. So I've already cut a template rafter, which looks a little something like this. I'm not gonna go too deep into how to cut birds' mouths and rafters because A, I'm not very good at it, and there's a million better videos in the world to teach you how to do it. And B, there's no B. I'm just not very good at it. To give you the rough idea of sort of how it was done, we can use math. Pythagorean's theorem can help us find angles and distances if we can know two of them, and two of them we know. So if I know if this is 29 inches and this is 35 inches, geometry would tell us a squared, 35 squared, plus b squared, 29 squared, should equal c squared. I forgot what those numbers actually equaled it out to, but what it ended up being was that this distance is 46 inches on a 50-degree angle. If I can know that, that means I can cut an angle at 50 degrees, stick that right there, use my 46 and kind of overlap where I want the bird's mouth to go, and trace that out, cut that out, and then theoretically I have a, oh God, I have a bird's mouth that fits pretty nicely. And the best part about it is that at 46 inches, that fits a 96-inch stud, so I can use one stud for both rafters, which is pretty neat. So I'll have 5 rafters on each side for 10 rafters in total. Seems a little overkill, but it's building at 24-inch on center. And since I want to make life easy for myself and work within nominal building sizes, 24-inch on center seems like the easiest thing to work with. So I'm gonna go cut 9 more of these. It's been about a month since I first started this project, and only now we're ready for stain. It's taken a while, but, you know, things take the time they take. I'm using a solid stain. The color is Cordovan brown. I don't know what a Cordova is, but it sounds fancy and it looks nice. Even though I'm using a sprayer, you still have to back brush it. This wood is pretty weathered and there's no way you can get into all the cracks without back brushing. I'm doing every surface I can get access to. 1 coat on the bottom, 2 coats on the side, 3 coats on any flat surface that'll see water, so I'm hoping that I don't have to do this again anytime soon. With everything stained, I can shift my focus back to the more fun things of the playset, like putting the slides back on, putting the handles on, putting the climber holds on, you know, the things that make it a playset. With a new roof on it, this thing is finally starting to look like a playset again. Having cup holders on your playset is very handy. Gives you a great place to put your beer. I mean, your water. Now, if you've watched me for any period of time, you know that I have an unhealthy obsession with solar lights, and the playset's no exception. Let's do a cost breakdown of what it took to get this back into a usable condition. First, lumber. I did replace a few boards, but I also added a few things here. All in, my cost for lumber was $148. Next, miscellaneous hardware and consumables. That's screws, bolts, sandpaper, those things. $80 all in. You're gonna probably find a lot of rusty crap. Get rid of it. Replace it with galvanized or stainless steel. You won't regret it. Toys and hardware for said toys. $350. Now that's where I was really surprised. Swings, swing hardware, climbers, all that good stuff. All in, 350 bucks. If you find a playset and the swings are in good condition, consider yourself a winner. Next, paint. I used 3 gallons of solid stain to finish this playset. At $50 a gallon, that put me at $150 total. You might not need that much, but since I used the sprayer, there is overspray, there is waste, but also the wood that I was spraying was very weathered, so it drank up a lot of stain, top, bottom, side. You're covering a lot of surfaces, so you'll need more stain than you think you do. Next, trailer rental. I don't have to pay for a trailer rental. I've got access to a trailer. Most people don't. So throwing that in there for good measure, 50 bucks, maybe 100 if you need a really big trailer. Next one, roof. Since I built my playset to be a non-standard size, I can't buy an off-the-shelf roof. So I did have to have a custom tarp ordered. More reasonable than I thought it would be, about $90 with shipping included. This thing is like the Lamborghini of tarps. It's primo. So it'll probably outlast me. So either it's a really good tarp or I'm gonna die really soon. We'll see. Last things last, Solar lights. You don't need solar lights for a playset. If you're an idiot. 30 bucks, they're not expensive. They add a little bit of fun to it. Totally optional, but you should do it. Grand total for this, all in, $808. Way more than I thought I was gonna spend on this. Certainly not free, but looking at the comparable price for a new playset, you're about a third of the price of what you'd pay for a new one. So if you're willing to put in the work to refinish a playset, it's worth it. Just know, it's a lot of sanding, it's a lot of painting, it's a lot of splinters, but you get a lot of smiles and a lot of happy kids out of it. So in the end, it's worth it. And that's it. If there's anything you would have done differently, let me know in the comments down below. Or if there's something you'd like to see me do differently, I'd also love to hear it. If you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing. I put out a video maybe once every month or two, usually something based around the backyard or some goofy project that I'm working on. So if that kind of stuff interests you, stick around. Until next time, I'm gonna go play on the playset. You know, my wife asked me if I'm ever gonna stop putting solar lights on things. I'm never gonna stop.